See, one of the factors that most ambitious men and business owners specifically underestimate a lot is rest. Rest is crucial to growth. It is crucial to reaching your goals. When you go to the gym, your muscles don't grow during the workout. Your muscles grow in the regeneration and rest period between the workouts. And a similar thing is true for your business and your life in general, because you cannot show up with your best energy, moving your business forward, making the big jumps if you aren't well rested and well regenerated. You cannot innovate, and innovation is one of the crucial factors of growing a business, right? You need to go through iteration. You need to constantly do things better and evolve and grow it. And that is only possible if you step away from time to time, look at it all from the outside, let all the assumptions go, and then open yourself up to new ways of thinking, which happens when you rest, when you regenerate, when you take time off. However, I know that it's very easy to get caught in a constant hustle and grind and work harder and harder and harder, especially because most of society tells you to do so. And in the end, that will only lead you to burnout. But then at the same time, you don't want to rest too much and leave potential on the table and feel guilty about not working when you could actually move your things forward. That's why I've decided to make this video, and I can guarantee you that at the end of it, you will walk out of here and have a very simple tool that you can use to make this decision in any area of your life, and you will know if you should push or if you should rest. I definitely come from a background of doing a lot of pushing too much. I had periods in my life where I worked for 30 days straight without a day off. So no weekend, no nothing, just every day, get up at the same time, put in the hours, go to bed at the same time. And then at one point I realized, man, I'm really not moving forward that much in my business as I want to. I'm just grinding myself to the bone. So there has to be something else to it. And that's when I started to shift my focus to rest and recovery and really time off and letting things unfold. And what happened from that was incredible. I reduced my working hours by about 50% and I get way more results than before. I have clients just coming to me out of the blue. I publish way more products. I push things forward faster, things unfold faster. And it's still crazy to me a little bit, but it is definitely possible. And it shows that this rest and relaxation and really letting things unfold is such an essential part of growth. So now, to answer the question of when should you rest or when should you push, let's get right into it. As an ambitious man yourself, you have probably noticed that there are two types of ambitious personalities out there. The first one is the hustler, what I just described in myself. The kind of person who really bogs down on a project, focuses, works hard, double-digit hours every day, grinds away, and keeps running in this sort of like clockwork hamster wheel every day, always pushing more, pushing harder. And at the same time, they often don't notice that they're working so hard, but they're barely moving forward. They're kind of spinning their wheels, so focused on this one thing. And at the same time, they're usually chronically stressed. They're very susceptible to burnout because they're just pushing so hard, being so focused on that, and usually not making enough room for rest and relaxation. The second personality is the dabbler, the kind of person who has a little bit of shiny object syndrome, who goes work on this, then work on that, then look at that over there. And they also tend to procrastinate a little bit more because they might have one project where they know, okay, this is what I need to do, but oh, look at that interesting thing over there. So they go and do that. And of course, they're not moving forward much either because they're always hopping from one thing to another. And the thing they're working on never gets enough traction to really get off the ground. And the funny thing is that both types usually have similar symptoms. They feel guilty when they rest. They're overthinking, they're criticizing themselves. They would really like to stop, but they don't really have an off button, and their mind just keeps running and keeps going even when they say, okay, now I want to rest. And it really comes down to the same core problem, a fear of not being enough, of not doing enough, of not being successful enough, the fear that if you don't do this and that, you won't achieve your goals. It's just that each type chooses to cope with that in a different way. The one just does more and more and more and more, and the other one kind of procrastinates and distracts themselves from that thing and does something else. So before we get to the solution, now what you can do is to reflect on yourself for a second and really examine, okay, am I more the hustler type who kind of bogs down and grinds hard and always pushes more and more and more and gets so focused on one thing, I forget everything else, including to rest, and I really don't have much time off to be with myself, to enjoy, to regenerate? Or am I more of the dabbler type where when I start something, I quickly lose interest, I get that shiny object syndrome, I jump to something else, and that way I kind of rest and procrastinate too much on certain things. So the solution to all of this, knowing when to push, when to go harder, and when to actually rest and relax and let things unfold, let things happen for you, is very simple. It's emotional awareness. Because you can be in either of two states. You can be in a state of fear and scarcity, and everything you do will come from this place, will come from this energy. So even if you work more, if you push harder, it will only create more fear and scarcity. Or you can be in a state of inspiration and abundance, and anything you do from that state will create more abundance, will create more for you, will create more great things in your life, whether it is that you're hustling and actually working on something, or you're resting and regenerating and letting things work for you. So what you really need to do when you're facing this question of, hey, should I push harder, should I hustle more, or should I rest and relax and regenerate and let things unfold for me, is to see what state you're in. Because if you're in a state of fear and you hustle and grind, it will create only more fear and scarcity, because you're coming from an energy of, I'm not doing enough yet, I'm not having the success I want, I'm not, reaching my goals, I will go broke, whatever it is. And operating from this state, from this mode, will only create more of it, because that's the energy you fill your actions with. You will take uninspired but afraid action. The same when you're resting in fear, right? You can rest in fear because you're procrastinating on something, because you're afraid it might not be good enough. It might fail. You're not being perfect with it. You're afraid of the uncomfortable emotions that come from doing it, because there's the potential of rejection, or maybe you have to talk to some people who you're afraid of talking to, whatever it is. But if you're resting from a place of fear, it will only create more fear and scarcity, because deep down in your mind, oh shit, I should be doing this thing. And it's not regenerative. It's not filled with the right energy. You're not doing yourself a favor. However, if you are working from a place of inspiration and abundance, and you say, man, I love this project so much, I want to create something amazing, let's fucking do it, I'll put in another 2 hours, that is an amazing energy to come from. And it will show in your actions. You will create great work with it. And the same thing with resting. If you can rest from a place or with an energy of, hey, I've done enough, I feel so inspired by everything I've already done, now I want to give myself some space to relax, to let things fall into place, to enjoy, and to let things unfold. And I know I'm doing enough, I know I'm doing great, I know I'm straight on path to my goals. Then guess what? That time is going to be very regenerative. You'll be inspired. You'll have new ideas while you rest. You will come back to your business with much more energy. So really, what you have to do is check in with yourself. What state is this thing I want to do, whether it's resting or doing something else, or working, hustling more on the thing? What energy is that coming from? What's behind it? And then when you've realized what state you're in, you never want to do what the fear tells you. You want to do what you are afraid of. So that means if you're resting in fear, if you're procrastinating, if you're having shiny object syndrome, just go, sit down, do the thing you're supposed to do. No matter whether it's going to come out perfect, no matter if you have to talk to people and that scares you, no matter if X, Y, Z. You just go, sit down, and do the thing. On the other side, if you are working and hustling and grinding in fear because you think it's not enough, you do exactly what you're afraid of. You lean back, you relax, you close your laptop, and you say, hey, I'm going to go out with friends, I'm going to have a great time, I'm going to chill, I'm going to do whatever I like and enjoy doing. And I trust myself that I will come back with new energy, that I've got this, that things will unfold for me. So the bottom line here really is you have to get yourself out of that state of fear and scarcity and into a state of inspiration and abundance. Because whatever you do from this state, as long as you operate from that energy, it will create more great things for you. And I can already see some concerns coming up because my clients have a lot of concerns when they come to me and they want to, double, triple their business, change it, work less hours, whatever it is. And the first thing I tell them is usually to cut some of the hours, to step away, to rest and relax more, and to give themselves space to regenerate and be able to come back with inspiration and see things from the outside. And they're like, what? You're telling me I should just, not do the thing, not get the work done, let it be there? Yes, exactly. That's what I've been doing. And the results have been insane. I had fucking to-do lists longer than Santa Claus's beard. And I thought I had to check off every single thing on this to-do list, every single thing. And I got so stressed out about it every day, coming back home from the gym in the evening, putting in extra hours. And it all came from this like fear of I'm not doing enough. And once I actually leaned back and rested and allowed myself to be abundant and to let life be easy and to let the business be easy and get myself into a better state by relaxing, by enjoying my time with friends, by focusing on my passions, on my hobbies, I came into a much more powerful state and I realized, okay, first, half the things on my to-do list, I don't need to do them. And second, wow, there are so many different ways that I can run my business much more efficiently and get much better results with less hustle. So it all comes back to checking in with how you feel, with how your energy is, because your body, your nervous system, your consciousness will tell you what the right thing to do is. You just have to check in with it. And you never want to do what your fear tells you, because fear is scarcity. You want to do what you're afraid of, because breaking out of that fear equals growth and abundance. So if your fear tells you have to do more, you have to do more, you have to do more because you're not doing enough, never reach your goals, you'll go broke, relax. Take a step back, regenerate, enjoy your life, focus on your passions, connect with people. If your fear tells you, man, oh no, you can't do this, you don't know how to really do it, it's not going to be perfect, oh, you have to talk to people, you have to do this, you have to do that, that's so scary. Just sit down and do the thing. And be okay with it not being perfect. Be okay with it not being a hit. Be okay with the awkward situations, the uncomfortable emotions, whatever it is. And just focus on doing it and bringing your best energy to the table. And doing that thing will then actually get you out of the fear of it not being good enough. And you will be able to come to the table with more inspiration, with more abundance, creating many more great things for your business and your life. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Really appreciate it. I hope it gave you a better perspective on how to grow your business more efficiently without hustling your ass off all the time, but also without leaving potential on the table. So if you take away just one thing from this video, check in with your energy, check in with yourself, with how you're feeling, and never let your fear rule you. Don't act out of fear. Do what you are afraid of. Let go of the scarcity and choose the abundance, and you will create many great things for your business and your life. Thank you so much. You're doing the work. I'm proud of you. I love you. By the way, if you're one of the super ambitious and hardworking men who put in so many hours into their business and personal development, yet you still don't feel truly successful and you still compare yourself to others, you still criticize yourself and overthink and have a hard time turning off and resting and always think you should be doing more, and you want to end that never-ending hustle, let go of the stress and the worries, and finally stop functioning like a robot and start living like a human being, then I highly encourage you to check out my one-on-one The Integrated Man mentoring. The link is in the description of this video. I have worked with a lot of guys like you in the past, and I highly encourage you to check it out because it will help you make that change. It will help you make that transition and create many more amazing things in your life. In any case, much love. Thank you. Bye-bye.